Hello and good morning. My name is Tabatha Kelley and I'm a graduate student at Alabama A&M University. I will be presenting today a speech or presentation on policy advocacy for Dr. Choi's class number SWK 510. Please bear with me as I sometimes refer to my notes that I have here on my computer. So when I look away, that's just me checking my notes and being sure that I stay on track with what things I need to cover. So again, my name is Tabatha Kelley and I will be speaking on policy advocacy. What is policy advocacy? Policy advocacy is defined as actively supporting a particular policy or class of policies and trying to get others to support it as well. Advocacy usually involves getting government, businesses, schools, or some other large institutions, also known as Goliath, to correct an unfair or harmful situation affecting people in the community, also known as David and Friends. The situation may be resolved through persuasion, by forcing Goliath to buckle under pressure, by compromise, or through political or legal action. My topic for advocacy is the Children's Defense Fund, which began in 1974 by Miriam Wright Edelman. Originally, the intent of the CDF was to address the health, income, and educational needs of the nation's children. By the 1980s, CDF had successfully advocated programs at the federal and state levels. In 1984, CDF helped pass the Child Health Assurance Program, which expanded Medicaid eligibility to poor women and children. It also advocated for the 1988 State Children's Health Assurance Program. This is a 501c4 program, a nonprofit organization devoted to lobbying for political, civic, or other similar causes. It is exempt from federal taxation. The persons impacted by the CDF are minority and rural poor children and their mothers. A campaign was established to have the children vote on the topics most important to them. The topics included education, where children should have access to schools with great teachers and supplies; youth justice, where children should have opportunities to learn from their mistakes and not go to jail; healthcare, where children should always have doctors and resources to help them when they are sick; gun violence, where children should be safe from weapons; and poverty, where children should not go homeless or hungry. The 2015 programs that address the issue are the Earned Income Tax Credit, SNAP, Child Tax Credit, and others. The 2015 report, Ending Child Poverty, shows an improvement in economic circumstances of 97% of poor children simply by investing more in programs that work. As I mentioned before, the Earned Income Tax Credit, it's a refundable tax credit, which means you may get back money even if you have no taxes withheld, but the requirements do vary for those with or without children. The SNAP program, which is the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, also known as, or formerly known as, the Food Stamp Program, and it provides food purchasing assistance for low and no income people living in the United States. Child Tax Credit, it's a tax credit available in some countries, in some states, which depend on the number of dependent children in a family as well as income level. There are housing subsidies, subsidized jobs, child care subsidies, and other programs. The purpose of advocacy is to promote or reinforce a change in policy, program, or legislation. Rather than providing support directly to clients or users of services, advocacy aims at winning support from others or creating a supportive environment. The goal of advocacy is to actively support a cause and try to get others to support it as well. The steps that one should take to address advocacy issues are: define your goals, know your audience, craft your message but keep it simple, identify your target audience, identify the types of delivery methods such as ads, editorials, local events, etc. Identify resources and gaps, plan next steps, evaluate effectiveness. Remember, communication is key. Build a coalition of voices. Planning is crucial. Positive messaging is important. And advocacy is about building relationships. Major areas that benefit advocacy work are as follows: leadership development, coalition building, networking, political lobbying, promoting legislative change, briefing media, and counteracting opposition. Techniques and tactics of advocacy include sensitizing, mobilizing, dialoguing, negotiating, lobbying, pressuring, petitioning, and informing. Now, when asked what policy advocacy means to me, I'm reminded of a passage in the Bible from Matthew chapter 25, 35 through 36, and verse 40. For I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me into your home. I was naked, and you provided clothing. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me. I tell you the truth, when you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me. I wrote this paper or this presentation maybe about 5 days ago. And what's so funny about this is I don't remember the name of the guy, of the priest who stood up when Jeff Sessions was speaking just a couple of days ago at the White House. And he quoted the same passage I quoted, or I just read, in regards to helping the needy in the country. I just find that very ironic that this Bible passage was just used a couple of days ago to appeal to the Republicans in helping the needy when Jeff Sessions was speaking. Well, that is all I have for today. My name is Tabatha Kelley. I thank you for your attention. Have a good day.